Welcome to the tapping on overwhelm. Overwhelm is by far one of the biggest issues that my clients face. And as a performance coach, that is an issue that we have to address because when you're feeling overwhelmed, it's hard to get anything done. Right? Your performance is impacted, often severely impacted. So I'm going to teach you a technique called tapping or emotional freedom technique that's going to give you emotional freedom from your overwhelm. So just do what I do and repeat after me. And if the word doesn't exactly match what you're feeling, just change the word to match. And then you can get a really personalized session and really match it to your individual circumstances. So I want you to take a deep breath. Coming out of our head, we're all up in our head, especially if we're feeling overwhelmed, and down into your body. So take another deep breath, drawing all the way down into your diaphragm. Gently massaging under the collarbones. We store so many of our emotions under the collarbones, and tune into that overwhelmed feeling, the texture of it. Just notice what it feels like to be overwhelmed. And tapping through the points, doing what I do, and repeating after me. There's no perfect way to do it. As long as you're close, you will experience relief. Here I am. And then you say, and I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm really overwhelmed here. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm tapping the front of the rib cage, and I've been feeling overwhelmed for a long time. I've really been feeling overwhelmed. And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most intense, how intense has your overwhelm been? And it's been really intense. Tapping just right on the sides of the ribs. It's been really intense. I've been feeling overwhelmed and name that number. I've been feeling overwhelmed at an 8, 9, 10, 10 plus. I've been feeling really overwhelmed. And this is a clearing technique. So our first step is to honor it, to accept. And that's what we're doing, accepting where we're at. And it's totally understandable that I've been feeling overwhelmed. And just tell me the facts and circumstances, all the reasons that you're overwhelmed. Just go on a little rant. Telling me the reasons. And it's totally understandable. I've been feeling overwhelmed. I've got a lot going on. And just say the things that you've got going on. And tell me all the things, how you don't have enough time, how you don't have enough help, how you're not organized, how you're not focused. Just keep ranting it out. And it's totally understandable that I'm feeling overwhelmed. I totally forgive myself for feeling overwhelmed. I'm still a good human being. I'm still worthy of love. I'm still a good human being. I'm still worthy of love, even though I've got all this overwhelm. Tapping on this side of the ring finger, I totally accept that I'm overwhelmed. And it's totally understandable that I'm overwhelmed. I'm still a good human being, and I'm still worthy of love. And give yourself a big, deep breath and blow it out. It's possible I'm in a safe place to look at this overwhelm from a different perspective. It's possible I'm in a safe place to really get at the root of what's really going on. And I'm ready. I'm ready to get at the root, tapping all over the head, of what's really going on. Because I'm tired of feeling overwhelmed. And give yourself another deep breath and blow it out. And find that place in your body where you're feeling most overwhelmed. And notice its texture. Is it slimy? Is it prickly? Is it like an electric shock? Just notice where it is and notice how intense it is. Notice that feeling. It's totally understandable that I've been overwhelmed, because feeling this is really scary. And just feel into that. You're in a safe place. Your butt is in the chair. Your feet are on the ground. This is a really scary feeling. And just feel that fear and notice what it feels like in your body, because this is what has been running you. And notice the fear. Notice where it is. Notice how it's been running you. This is the gasoline in your tank. This fear has been driving you. And what are you afraid of? What could happen? And just go ahead and go worst case scenario. We're purging our system. We're processing. Are you afraid of going bankrupt, going broke, losing your business, losing a client, failing? Just tell me what you're afraid of. The worst case. And it's totally understandable that I feel this way. I'm still a good human being. I totally accept that I feel this way. And what's the thought that comes with that feeling? Is it I'm not good enough? I have to do all of this to get it all done. I have to operate this way because I don't have enough time. What's the limiting thought that comes with that feeling? And it's usually something to do with I don't have enough time, I'm not enough, I'll never get it all done. And just feel into that lack of time. And just feel how that's really pressurized. Feel that pressure in your body. Feel if it's in your neck, if it's sitting on your shoulders, if it's in your stomach, that lack of time. And how fear is driving that lack and how it's really scary. And we're processing it, so let it intensify a little bit. Let it intensify in your body because this is what you're running away from. So let's clear this. How you're so scared. And there's all this lack of time. And I want you to feel into the lack of focus. Because when you're overwhelmed, you really experience a lack of focus too, right? Instead of doing the one thing, you're scattered and you're frenetically running around trying to do all the things. So feel into that lack of focus. And notice how a part of you thinks it needs to be that way. What would happen if it wasn't this way? Would you just stay in bed all day? Would you not do anything? What would happen if you weren't feeling this lack? If you weren't feeling this pressure? Why do you think you need this pressure? Just tell it to me why you need this pressure. And it's totally understandable. It's totally understandable. I've been doing it this way. Nobody showed me another way. And notice what you've picked up, maybe from your parents as a child, maybe from friends, maybe just from the whole culture seems to be doing it this way. And notice how you've just thought that you have to be doing it this way. You've been following all these rules. I just haven't known another way. Nobody ever showed me another way. Nobody ever modeled focus. Nobody ever modeled time management, energy management. Nobody ever showed me another way. Instead, they showed me, and say what they've been showing you instead, rushing about, taking on too much, not saying no, whatever it is for you. Notice how they showed you that. And you've just been running that way, sort of unquestioningly. And feel how you need this pressure. You need to do it this way to survive. And how you can't let it go. If I were to ask you to just let it go right now, you couldn't do that because you need it to survive. Feel into that holding on in your system. The holding. It's like a tug of war, and you're holding one piece, one end of the time and focus rope, and you're struggling with it. And you do all these things to work with it, to get around it. Maybe you time block, maybe you do productivity exercises. I don't know. Maybe you're doing all the things. Maybe you just hurry and try to cram it all in. And notice how that makes you feel. What does that make you feel? And name the top 2 or 3 feelings. Exhausted, stressed, and stressed is another word for scared. Anxious, also another word for scared. Under pressure and scared. Overwhelmed. And do you think that this overwhelm, we've been tapping on how we need it, how it's keeping us safe. But do you think that feeling scared and pressured all of the time is really helping to keep you safe? Or is it kind of attracting and creating more situations that match that vibration, that energy level? By being scared and under pressure, are you in fact unconsciously creating more situations that match that feeling of being scared and under pressure, of being overwhelmed? So even though you think that this has been keeping you safe, this rushing about, this unfocused, this trying to cram it all in, has it really? Or is it in fact creating more of the same? Just process that for a moment, just feeling into that overwhelm, how you've got to get it all done. You can't let it go. Let it be really intense, all the way up to a 10 if it wants to be. And take a big, deep breath and blow it out. I've thought my whole life that doing things under pressure, that being scared and rushed, that doing a lot of things was keeping me safe. But now I'm seeing that maybe it wasn't. Maybe I just didn't know another way. And I'm ready for a new way now because I'm tired of rushing around. I'm tired of operating out of fear. I'm tired of being scattered and unfocused. So I'm ready for a new way. I'm ready for a new way. And feel that opening, that softening and expanding in your body. Take a big, deep breath and blow it out. And if this was never an issue for you again, what would you get to feel? Powerful, focused, accomplished. Notice in the old way, you never get to feel good enough. You never get to feel accomplished. You never get to feel good enough. So you would feel good enough if this was never an issue for you again. You would feel on top of the world, powerful, taking powerful, aligned action. Just soften your body, open your shoulders, take another deep breath and blow it out. And what would you get to feel? State it again. Powerful, on top of the world, good enough, accomplished. And what would you get to do with those feelings? How would you step through your day? How would you act? What would you create? If you got to create from this place, this softer, more relaxed place, if you got to create from this confident place, what would you create? More love, more time, more things that you actually want to do. Tell me your dreams. Tell me how you want to feel and how you would feel if this overwhelm was not an issue anymore. Happy, fun. Maybe you get to have fun again, relaxed, carefree. And what would you do? How would your whole life be a treat? How would you treat yourself? Just give me one or two things how you would treat yourself. And just feel into that last bit of holding on, that no, I can't let this go. I have to keep being pressured and scared and rushing about because that's what's been keeping me safe. And just send even love and compassion to this piece. And just let this piece get as intense as it wants to get. This is too scary. I can't change. I can't create a new me. Just honor and presence it. Take a big deep breath and blow it out. Letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to create a new identity. And just feel into that identity and your whole body softening, opening, relaxing as you welcome this new, more empowered you into your life. Take a big deep breath and blow it out. Just let your whole body relax into this new sensation and just keep doing this tap routinely. And we're taking out the overwhelm and rewriting your script piece by piece and chunk by chunk. And it'll be a cumulative and exponential change. Thanks for tapping through these acupressure points with me, and welcome to the club, the Emotional Freedom Club.